Welcome to the Casual Take, where we talk all things football, but mainly CFC. Today we're doing Chelsea End of Season Awards, starting with Player of the Season. This was a blowout. Wasn't even close. No one was close to this guy. The way he carried us this season has been phenomenal. In his first full professional season as well. You already know the name. Cole Palmer. Sensational player. Sensational. I don't think people realize what Palmer has done this season is not normal. It is not normal for a player in his first full professional season. Different level talent. For 45 million, I remember when we signed him, I had my suspicions. I didn't know he was going to be this good. I didn't know he was going to be this good. For 45 million, I was like, why are we buying a player with not even 10 senior appearances? But I was wrong. I hold my hands up. I was wrong. Cole Palmer is a baller. If he carries on performing at the levels that he is, this is our KDB revenge. KDB revenge. I know Phil Foden won Player of the Season, but honestly, in my opinion, Cole Palmer has been the Player of the Season and the Young Player of the Season. Just imagine where Chelsea would be if it wasn't for that man. If it wasn't for that man saving us every single week, we would be in the trenches. We would have a worse finish than we had last season. I wholeheartedly believe that we would finish worse than 12th if we didn't have Cole Palmer this season. Moving on to most improved player. I would like to say Chalobah is our most improved player. Honestly, the way he has been performing since his comeback from injury, I would have never thought this was Chalobah. The levels he's gone up from last season to season before that is crazy. Now I'm seeing him handle 1v1s easily, pass out the back, look for the long balls, accuracy on the long balls as well. I did not see this type of rise from him, especially now. You can't even say he's only playing because other players are injured, because all the centre backs are back now, and he still kept his position. Shout out Chalobah. I was for selling him in the summer, but now I'm not, because whatever money you get from him, I'm hearing around we're willing to sell him for around 25 million. That isn't enough. That isn't enough to sell him. I'd say if we're going to sell him, which I don't think we should, it should be around the 45 million mark, because he's a great utility player. I never hear him complain about being on the bench. He comes in, he's always ready. Always ready. Especially with all the injuries we've had this season, he's been a lifesaver. Chalobah, most improved player. Moving on to most underrated player, Moises Caicedo. I know he's not underrated now because everybody's woken up through the whole season, even though he has been performing consistently. With only a few bad games, I have been hearing flop of the season, flop of the season, flop of the season. He wasn't worth the money. Well, you've shut up now, haven't you? Even from this fan base, even from the Chelsea fan base, they were calling him flop of the season. Yes, we overpaid. Who doesn't overpay for top quality players in this day and age in football? Nobody. Everybody overpays. But we got a gem of a player, a world class midfielder who was carrying that midfield all season by himself at times. When Poch was leaving him out there for the Wolves, he was there battling by himself in that midfield. Caicedo, most underrated player, special talent. He will go down as a Chelsea legend. Immense tackler, press resistant, has the eye for a pass. This guy is amazing. He is amazing, phenomenal. 115 million, 105 million, whatever. He was worth it. If Arsenal had signed him, if Liverpool had signed him, they would have won the league purely because of this guy's talent. Moises Caicedo, world class player, world class, and in my opinion, 100% better than Declan Rice. Caicedo and Declan Rice. If we go back to the transfer window, I would choose Caicedo 100 times over. Moving on to worst player of the season. There was no one else to pick than this man. This man has been trash for a very long time now. A very long time. But when he's fit, he consistently plays. I will never, ever, ever in my life understand why he plays all the time. His name is Ben Chilwell. Trash player. Way past it now. He's not good anymore. Sell him for whatever you can get. We sold Hudson Odoi for 3 million. Sell Ben Chilwell for 1 million. Take the loss. This guy is no good. No good. For the life of me, I can't understand why we made him vice captain. Vice captain. He is dreadful. Dreadful footballer. Even when he's played left back this season, he has been terrible. Left wing, he is terrible. He needs to be gone in the summer. Moving on to signing of the season. It's obviously Cole Palmer. And I've already spoken about him, so I'm just gonna give my special mention to Malo Gusto. Just imagine how the levels would drop off if we still had Aspi as Reece James's cover. Malo Gusto has made it so that we don't miss Reece James when he's out injured as much, and he has performed exceptionally well this season. Amazing this season. I remember when we signed him, a couple Lion fans were saying, "Oh, he's very weak defensively." That is his strongest attribute. 1v1. The amount of times I've seen him lock up wingers this season. Amazing signing. Arguably one of the best signings of this new era. Like, I think around 25 million. 25 million for a player of his quality. I would say he is in the top 4 best right backs in the Premier League. Moving on to most promising player of the season. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I would go for Jackson. Yes, he's missed a whole lot of chances. A whole lot of chances that could have pushed us up to top 4. But let me be honest, his all-round game is amazing. If he can even get his finishing 20% better, he will be one of the best forwards, one of the best strikers in this league, because no defender can stay with him. His dribbling is hold up, and for a slim guy, he's not weak. He will cause defenders nightmares. Even Saliba couldn't handle him. I know we lost 5-0 that game. Let me be completely realistic. We lost 5-0. It was a dreadful game, but Jackson was good. Jackson gets unwarranted hate for some reason. For the life of me, I don't understand why, because there's a lot more players underperforming. And to be honest, for the fee that we got him for, he's not underperforming. His first season in the Premier League, I think 14 goals and like 7 assists. That is great. Whoever tells you that he has underperformed this season is lying to themselves or has never watched him and is going with the most popular opinion. He has been good this season, and I was seeing Højlund comparisons. Højlund had a good 4 months and completely dropped off. And every day I see, oh, Højlund would be good if he got the service. Don't I see Bruno topping the chance creation stats? He's got a creative machine behind him, and people are still talking about service. Jackson is underrated, and Jackson will be better next season. Moving on to most disappointing player. This is purely because we haven't seen him much this season and because of the injuries. I will go for Christopher Nkunku. We all know his quality. We all know how good he is. Whenever he gets minutes, he performs. But it's just been a bad season. Too many injuries has held him back. That has been the disappointing part. Not him as a player, just the injuries. Because we know how good this guy is. We know he's a level raiser, but we haven't been able to utilize him this season. Hopefully we can next season, because I'm looking forward to seeing this guy have a full season in a Chelsea shirt. And finally, my favourite player of the season goes to Moises Caicedo. Honestly, backed this guy from the start. You don't know how much I was gassed when we signed him, how much I love this guy. I'm so glad he got his first goal in that manner against Bournemouth. He deserved it against Tottenham because that was also a phenomenal goal, but that goal against Bournemouth, crazy. The world is waking up to this guy's talent. Next season, you will see this guy's top 3 midfielders in the league. No, you know what? Top 2 midfielders in the league, only behind Rodri. Only behind Rodri. There is no one better than this guy in his position apart from Rodri. And I stand on that. We will see next season. Thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video. Peace.